and you're listening to the Traveling Pants of a Single Mom. And of course, I got my girl Zig. Say hey, Zig.
Hey, y'all.
And Tasha's not with us tonight. She is paranoid about the corona, so she was like, I'm staying in. Okay, y'all can do whatever y'all want to do, but I'm staying in. So, technically, we're supposed to be like social distancing or whatever, I guess, but
I'm highly favored.
Right. Well, they're about to do like a lockdown for, I don't even know how long. You said probably most
April 9th, I think.
So within that lockdown, we won't be able to record. So this might be our last recording for a few weeks. So, yeah. So we was like, well, we got to come out and give the people something before we shut it down.
The dream don't stop because coronavirus taking people out. The dream got to keep going.
Still got to get these coins. Still got to put that content out. The dedication, we here. So, I mean, look like everybody's society just bored.
Which is good for us because our live numbers was kind of went up a little bit. So.
Yeah. We did a live on IG and it did very well.
Thanks to all the niggas that's tired of their wives and kids.
Thanks for everybody that came in the live and was throwing questions out there.
Yeah.
Somebody was suggesting Battle of the Sexes. So we might have a live episode where we do men versus women.
Put me on the dude side.
You just a dude at heart.
I in a previous life I was probably a dude. Or I just have had a lot of male influence in my life.
Yeah.
Like when I was younger, like my mother worked and my father was in the street, so he had to keep me. And then whenever he was busy, my brothers had to keep me. I had 3 older brothers, so I just have a lot of male influence.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of picked up a lot of their
ways. Yeah, because she is kind of aggressive.
I don't think it's
not really
aggression.
Aggressive.
Is not a dude thing. That's a personality thing.
Yeah.
But just a lot of the
point of views.
Yeah. My perspective on a lot of things is favorable of dudes.
You think so? I still say, like I said in the live, I still say it depends on the season. When it depends on the season how your point of view is. It might fluctuate to a dude's side depending on what's going on in our lives or your life at the time. Or it can be a feminine.
That's the thing. I'm the same across the board.
Not
even if it's something that offends me or it makes me look a certain way, I'm still standing on that's just the way it is.
I don't know.
Me personally.
I don't know.
I'm an objective thinker.
Mm-hmm.
So even if it's something that I always try to take my emotions out of it. Period.
And that's something I need to work on. That I've been working on, but I guess you can work on things, but you have to put it to the test once you're in the situation. But I am trying to work on separating my emotions from situations, because a lot of times I react so emotionally. And then once it's all said and done, I'm looking back like, shit, I probably shouldn't have said that, or I shouldn't have did that. Like, you just was so angry that you responded in a way that was not necessary. So that is something I am working on, is separating my emotions from situations so that when I'm responding, I can think about what it is that I want to say versus just saying whatever I want to say because I'm emotionally a wreck at the moment.
Mm-hmm. Which is a female characteristic.
Attribute.
That's why when a dude is acting emotional, I'll be like, why are you acting like a bitch?
Right. I hate an emotional ass nigga.
So how you think they feel about you? When you
I'm sure they do. I'm sure they hate it. Because, I mean, like I said, after the fact, after I got all emotional and I sit back and I be like, damn. That's why one day I had put a status up on Facebook and was like, damn, I wish you could recall a text. Because, sometimes you just send this emotional... They working on it though. I heard Apple working on it. I heard Apple is working on a feature to recall a text message.
That'll be tight.
Listen, I'll be so happy because I know so many emotional in the past. I haven't sent the emotional text message in a long time.
So wait a minute, y'all. You think that if a guy is emotional, he's a bitch ass nigga?
No. But you've
I've
heard
been a little bit of emotional, so
he's a Cancer.
Yeah.
But you've heard females say that. It's common for a female to say that, but To be honest, I think a woman after she get taken down through there by a nigga, she appreciate the dude that
Gets a little bit
is emotional.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad you said that. You know, a lot of people don't appreciate a man that does have some sort of emotion. Because remember earlier when we were talking today, that was one of the topics about emotion being what makes us humans so special compared to other species that don't have
It's a given
emotion.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it is.
I wish people would technically be a little more emotional. Maybe things would be a little bit better.
Yeah,
We probably would.
We wouldn't have so many wars and because people
Fights.
You could have
You know, 'cause
compassion
people-
at
right.
that point.
more love going. That was the whole meaning behind our guest who was on the show and he was talking about love. That's what he meant. Like love solves a lot.
It does, but it still goes back to because we get hurt. The love requires you to be vulnerable.
Yeah.
And because when you become vulnerable, you are letting someone in to hurt you. And it is so hard to just have that vulnerability.
And it is.
It's
but if
hard.
someone comes along and loves you, you're naturally going to be vulnerable.
Yeah.
Love will kill all of that.
Right.
But other people are hurt too.
Right.
So they're not being vulnerable. You're not being vulnerable. And it's a fight for ego and pride and all of that stuff.
Yeah, pride is
So
a
somebody's
bitch.
got to let the guard down first.
Somebody.
And it's
I'm
not
working
going to be
on
me. No, I'm just I'm just
Yeah,
playing.
you're not. No, you're not.
I am. I'm a completely different
she
person
ain't.
in a relationship.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I swear to
she
God.
ain't. She's an look. Let me tell you something about Ziggy. What I've learned. Ziggy's a different type of animal. You have this mind frame about you, in which I don't want to call it a I don't give a fuck attitude or what have you, but I think you've just been through so much and seen so many things that I almost want to say like I don't want to call you cold hearted. I don't, because you're not. But you have an ice box where your heart used to be.
I ask myself sometimes if I have feelings.
And then back to the fact that you have a lot of guy traits because of what you went through.
But dudes like me because of that. Because I'm not the typical
But
female.
but remember when you had asked me earlier or told me earlier that a lot of dudes are intimidated by you?
You think that's why? There's a really soft side to me though.
We know that, but who can bring that out?
I am that way, like in a relationship where I feel safe.
Yeah,
I am that way.
Feeling safe is the key.
It's a big deal.
That you feel safe with the person and that they have your best interest at heart. I think that's the key. For me, that's what the key is. But again, I think what messes it up though, we have amazing hearts. We're wonderful people and we're like so loving. But I think we lose out a lot because in the beginning, when we're trying to figure out what your intentions are, we're like hardcore, you know?
We have so much to protect though. Like
We do.
we are single moms. So we don't have provision and protection, but we have children to provide and protect for.
Exactly.
So we cannot just allow a man to come
People
along and take
in.
advantage of us because then we're allowing someone to take advantage of them because we're all that they have.
And I said this a while ago on the podcast. I have too much to lose to allow someone to come in and kind of like hurt me, you know, because once you get hurt and you be sick as a dog, you know what I'm saying? Nobody got time for that. So I have too much to lose trying to get all emotional with people and then they take advantage.
But how will we ever find, like you said, being vulnerable? How will we ever let somebody in who is going to heal that hurt or suffering or whatever?
That person can't heal your hurt. That's up to you to heal your
No,
hurt.
she's not saying she wants them to heal it, but she's saying how do we get that person in?
How do we allow them
How do
in?
we allow them
If we
in?
keep that
I feel like
barrier up.
I feel like once I meet someone that makes me feel like it's safe. Then I can let it down.
But how do you know that though?
Actions.
You will. Consistency.
Yeah,
I feel
action. Yeah, that's one of the biggest
You
things.
said then you can let it down?
I can slowly let that wall down.
Oh, well, isn't that saying slowly let it down? Do you think it's you slowly letting it down, or is that person making you feel
Slowly
so
tearing
safe?
it down.
They're actually chiseling away from that wall.
Same thing.
I mean, it could
And they
be
break it down.
the
They
same
break it
thing. But the thing is, they're breaking it down, but that's how it works. I mean, do you go into a relationship and just put everything out there?
Sometimes I do. Sometimes I have. I'm a
You
Cancer.
if you're in a relationship, you absolutely.
Well, not
should.
in a relationship. I guess I'm saying when you meet
Dating
somebody, when
someone?
Oh
you're
yeah,
dating.
not from Jump Street like that. But if I'm dating
Exactly,
that person
and after
they're
what they do.
reciprocating the same energy, which another thing we talked about was
Reciprocation.
reciprocation. But we also meet people's representatives
Yeah.
first.
Yeah, absolutely.
For a very
just-
long
For a
time.
very long
I
time.
was just talking to somebody about that. I was saying to this guy, that's when people meet each other, they're showing the representative. They're showing that
They're
person.
trying to be the best.
Right, right. Until something goes left or right, then they want to show who they really
And
are.
this is why when y'all was talking on the live about what you asked about, and everybody was like 2 months. Da, 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 like
Oh, I was asking.
Oh, that's why you said it takes time.
because you don't know how long a person representative is sitting up there for. I was with somebody's representative for a long time.
How long can you be fake? How
Right.
long can someone be fake?
You
But
can't-
see, this is why sometimes the relationship game is, to me, is like the Matrix. Like you won't know it's fake until
Until you
it's
don't.
revealed.
Right.
So it's real. Perception is reality.
You're right.
That's your
I
reality.
think once you can only be that way, I think, like the representative, for at least 6 months.
You're literally sitting here again putting a time constraint on.
I know, because after a while, once you get past that where you're spending
And
time
you're
together,
settled.
you're not laying together, but you're spending the night at each other's houses, and stuff like that. I think it starts to chisel away that representative because you're in the comfort of your own home. You're not going to continue to.
I think it's on an individual basis.
I don't know. I think.
Because you could be with someone in your own home with them. They're your girlfriend or they're your boyfriend.
Still not know this
and
person.
that representative is still there because they've even tricked them fucking self. You know, sometimes actors take months on end, even years sometimes, to get out of a character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know how long it took Johnny Depp to get out of the freaking, what's his name? Jack Sparrow
Edward
character?
Scissorhands. Oh.
Jack Sparrow. When he,
Who was Jack Sparrow?
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Oh.
How
Yeah,
long
he
did-
still looked like that
You
in
know how
other
long
movie
it took him to get out of that shit?
premieres.
Mentally, he said it. Mentally, for him to get out of that character. It
That's
happens.
crazy.
It happens in real life relationships.
I guess.
And I think it's on a
know.
case by case basis.
It
Some
could
people
be.
like the representative that they're showing to their significant other and keep it that way.
That's so fake.
It
though.
is. But this
I
is-
mean,
But if
well-
they keep it that way, then it be. I think
Then that's who they are.
that's who they are. That's who they've grown to be.
Until, like you said, that one
But
thing
then-
goes left, that one thing goes right.
Right. But I feel like that normally comes out once you start
Yes.
to experience real deal situations like whatever
Right,
arguments.
real life
yeah.
situation.
So I feel like
I get that.
within 6 months at least,
My
you
whole-
always
know.
the
But
you
my whole
gotta
point
know.
was that I agree with 110%, but putting a time frame on it,
You can't.
there's no way.
You can't put a time frame on
No way.
anything, to be honest. Because I know some people who've met and they've been together since the first day they met. You know what I'm saying? For years.
Mhm.
So is every relationship is different. Do you guys believe that you can inspire someone to change who they really are?
Yeah, I believe you can. Because if you, I mean, like, say if a guy love a female, they love this person.
They
I feel
change
like
to
they
make
can
them-
change. But I think it's something that they want to do. You know, you make them want to
It's
be
so
a different
crazy
person.
that we were kind of talking about all of this shit earlier.
Mm-hmm.
You can want to, you can lead a horse to water, but
But
you
you
can't
can't
make
make
him
the
drink.
bastard drink.
And what did you say, Ziggy, earlier? That once you start realizing that that person, regardless of how much you try to help them change, 'cause you can't make a person change.
Or
regardless
love
them,
them, or pull them
regardless
up
of
to your
what
level.
you do to try to better the situation, whether it be a friend,
Mm-hmm.
relationship, whatever. If you see them not growing or moving in the forward motion,
Mhm.
You got to part
Yeah.
ways.
That's why I say I feel like as a person you can show them through your actions.
And sometimes that's why you put in people's lives.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they don't get the lesson until you exit.
Exit, yeah, once you exit. That has happened to me a few times where in the moment I couldn't see why, and I think it always happens. In the moment you can't see why this person is in your life, but once they're gone, you can really reflect and be like, damn, that's why they was there.
Absolutely.
You know?
And to be honest, and I'm like he was saying, like I can seem a little cold.
Mm-hmm.
There's a really soft side to me, and to be honest, I think I've changed a lot of fucked up men because of that with that soft side. Because they start to love me as a friend because they can talk to me about anything, and I never get offended, and I never be like, what? Like, I listen, and I don't, like, if I'm dating a dude, like, I never make him feel bad about, like, certain things. So he can just always talk to me, and we, like, cool, we laugh, we joke. I'm kind of funny, a comedian, so they like that too. So once we develop the friendship, and the soft side comes out, I believe I've changed a lot of really fucked up men into wanting to be better people.
So why not? Okay, so these are people that you were actually with,
that I was dating.
You gave them, and you made them feel so comfortable as to you had.
That was why I was in their life, because I realized that I had to go. They weren't the one.
Okay, so because I was about to say, like, well, shit, why the fuck are they still with you?
Oh no, listen. I mean, I don't want to sound like arrogant or nothing like that, but if a nigga could still be in my life, they would. I cut shit off completely.
Sometimes you got to do that.
Seems like it's more times than not. Like,
I don't take a lot of BS. So and now I'm getting older, so I just don't have a lot of time, so I just won't even bother. BS? Real shit. Reciprocation.
Right.
Okay. That's a big thing for me. So, if I'm giving this, and a lot of dudes don't realize that they fucked up until it's too late. Mm-hmm. Or try to change it until it's too late. They gonna keep like you said, they gonna keep pushing the envelope until you put your foot down.
Also, communication. Why would they have to wait until it's too late? You should have been communicating what the fucked up thing was.
But you probably do.
Absolutely.
Is that the case? Because you specifically just said they don't realize it until it's too late. Mm-hmm. That leaves me with the notion that it was never discussed before it was too late.
It was discussed multiple times. Well, and then they gave multiple...
It wasn't about being too late. They just didn't give a fuck at that point.
Exactly. Probably. And then once they start giving a fuck, it's too late. Because now I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. And when two people don't give a fuck, then it's just a wrap.
Or if one person don't give a fuck.
Yeah, if one person,
there's always the person that stopped giving a fuck, and then there's always the other person. And remember, energy is everything. There's always the yin to a yang. Somebody, it's rare that you see a relationship where two people be like, well, shit, I don't give a fuck. Well, I don't give a fuck either. Then peace. And they just, and that's it. No, somebody's trying to come back. Baby, I'm sorry. Whatever. Yin and yang. That's just the way it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's true. That's true. Well, I don't know. I know that I'm working on my vulnerability, letting people in. It's hard, but I'm definitely working on it.
Am I supposed to say the same thing?
No, but you're working on your vulnerability too.
I feel like I'm really vulnerable if I'm in a relationship. Outside of that, I don't really operate on.
But that's the thing. How can
vulnerability?
I'm realizing that outside of a relationship,
you should
you should a little bit. I'm not saying to just put it all out there, like put all the chips on the table, but you have to be a little vulnerable.
I guess I'm vulnerable, yeah.
A little.
I feel like I am. Like I'm vulnerable with you guys.
Yeah, well we're different.
No, that's outside of a relationship.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
We're not finna hurt you.
Vulnerability. We use that word a lot. So I see where you're going with that, Natasha. But yes, we all have to, in some form and fashion, be vulnerable when you're not in a relationship, for example.
Yeah.
Because vulnerability leads for the room for options or choices. If you are not vulnerable, how the hell can you let someone in that could potentially be?
Right.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So
that's what I'm saying. We gotta. I'm working on because it's cool to be vulnerable once you're in a relationship, but how are you gonna get to that step if every time you're just being cold or pushing people out or pushing people away or just not being?
Well, the question is, do you want to be in a relationship?
I guess that I have to be open to it in the first place.
Right. I mean, sometimes I think I do.
And then sometimes you...
think I don't. Like when I see...
Everybody feels the same way.
Yeah. So, sometimes, yeah.
Same with you?
Hell Yeah,
Oh,
sometimes you want to be in a relationship.
Right.
Sometimes
Sometimes you
you're like, "No, I'm
don't.
chilling."
Like, I'll see situations where a friend or people like come to me and they be like, yeah, my man cheated and did. And like when I see people going through such stuff, like I don't want to be here. I don't want to be in this relationship. In those moments, I'm like, I'm happy that I don't have to have those problems. That's stress. I remember being in those situations before, and it's stressful as fuck. It's super stressful. Who wants that on their life? So when I see and hear stories like that, it makes me appreciate my season of singleness, because I literally that meme that they have that go around with a lady just smiling and they saying that's how I sleep at night knowing a nigga not cheating on me. It's really like how I feel in those moments, like damn, I don't have those problems, but then when like now we locked down because of the corona, it would be nice to have somebody to say, we finna catch up on shows, we're gonna do this, do that, whatever. That would be nice. So it depends on the situation, but sometimes I do feel like I would love to be in a relationship, and sometimes I feel like damn, I'm straight. I feel like you have to at some point, in order to, I think a part of the healing and a part of the process of being vulnerable is getting to a space where you can appreciate your singleness. Instead of being single and just focusing on being in the next relationship, focus on your season of being single and appreciating it, loving it, finding out who you are within that time. I think that is when you become a smarter dater.
I don't even focus on it at all. I feel like at this point, whatever relationship or situation I'm supposed to be in, it will come to me.
Right.
So I don't seek it at all.
Right.
And I'm not closed-minded to it, and I'm not going to look for it.
Mm-hmm.
But if it happens,
it happens.
Yeah, I'm good.
I feel like the best relationship, like most times, people who are like dating and been married for years, a lot of the times it was a random situation how they met. It was just random. I said fuck it. I'm not worrying about dating people anymore. I'm just gonna focus on me, and that's when the person comes.
And I had my cousin. He passed away a few years ago. Wendell.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. He was a great guy. When I first moved to Orlando, he really took me under his wing and showed me Orlando. He made me feel safe and like, you got family here. It's my father's cousin, and my father was like, my daughter moving down there, just make sure you look out for her. And he did exactly that. Lil Dale, that's his son, that's my cousin, and his sister Erin. I've grown really close to them since I've been here. But since when he was alive, he used to tell me, baby girl, don't you ever prove yourself to a man. A man needs to be proving himself to you. You're a good asset to any man. You a hard worker, you're honest, you're beautiful, and you are rare. So I don't want you to ever be out here fighting for a man's attention. If a man wants you, he needs to prove himself to you.
I feel like if a man wants you, they know exactly what to do.
And if a man wants you, he's coming to get you. I know that for a fact. So I don't ever chase. And not because I'm any better or anything like that.
No, I don't. I mean,
I don't chase either.
Like, I agree. I feel like a man, if he sees what he wants,
he coming to get it.
Come get it.
He coming to get it.
But I won't front and say at one point in my life when I didn't understand my worth, I would probably be out there like a little bit more, But now, after being single for 5 years, I definitely know where I stand, like what I want, and how I should be treated. How I should be cheated.
How should he cheat on you?
Right. How should you cheat on me today? How I should be treated, So I think a big part of dating is knowing who you are.
That's first and foremost.
Yes.
And I have a cousin who's married who told me that.
If
Know
you don't
yourself.
if you don't know who you are,
get married.
You can't. But we're going to... Oh, go ahead.
Okay, no.
No, we're going to take a quick break. So before the break, I was saying, and I believe that whether you're a female or a male, in order to have a successful relationship, I believe you have to know who you are. Without knowing who you are, I don't feel like you can master a relationship because you don't even know what makes you happy. You don't know how to make yourself happy. And again, somebody should not be coming into your life you should already be happy and they're just adding to that happiness. Knowing who you are is like, to me, one of the first steps. And I feel like within this 5 years, that's what I got an opportunity to kind of learn who Natasha is, what she knows she deserves, what she like, what she dislikes, what would you accept, what won't you accept, stuff like that. And you just learn the things that X out from the door, the BS that you don't want to deal with.
I agree. And for a woman, you don't really start learning who you are until like late 20s, in my opinion.
I agree.
I mean, but
What's up?
Okay, I get what you're saying, but I'm like, what if some people just wanna? What if some people just wanna fuck?
I mean, you have people.
The reason why I brought that up, and for real, is because I'm listening to what you're saying, and it's like, wait a minute, 5 years? I mean, I'm sure in the course of those 5 years, you was like, no, you gotta get, you needed some. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
so
I'm not saying that hasn't happened in the 5 years, but it wasn't like my intentions were. What?
Wait, what? Okay, so I'm trying to figure out here. So within the 5 years, every person that you had sex with, was your intentions with a potential of being with them?
Not everyone. Not saying it was a lot, but I'm just saying, like, some people it was kind of like, yo, this is what I want from them. I don't want anything else from them but that.
I don't think I've ever just wanted sex from anybody.
I've had.
Is that weird?
What? It's not. No, I mean, I can't place any judgment on that. What's weird is I got the headphone on for this one.
What is weird to me is the fact that it's almost like you're saying that every person that you've had sexual encounters with, you wanted to be with them, like in a relationship.
It was more than just sex,
right? And you know what? To piggyback off of what Ziggy said, I might not say everybody that I've been with, I wanted to be with them on that level, but it was a connection there that was a potential of saying it wasn't just, oh, I just want to smash him. It was something that had a connection that had the potential. So
now we're trying.
I mean, you didn't and that's part of getting to know yourself. You don't even really know why you're in some things sometimes,
right?
But you're learning a lot about yourself.
So okay, basically every person that you've had sex with, then there was potential there, is what you're saying?
It wasn't just sex.
Yeah,
that's
a
what
thought.
Of potential. And I swear, I'm not trying to be difficult. I'm just trying to understand. When you say it wasn't just sex, what else was it?
There was
of a possible.
I mean, there was
potential.
hanging out. There was like
doing
shit together. There was constant communication, and it
Stuff
wasn't
like
just.
It wasn't like, oh,
late night.
I see you at the club. Okay, I'm finna smash. That wasn't
okay.
like that.
Okay, all right. That's what I'm trying to figure. I'm just making sure because
no.
Some people will say things like, "Oh well, it was just more than that. That's why we did it." And I'm thinking like more like what else? Like, but you're talking about the everyday communication, actually bonding with someone.
Right.
Okay, that should be with any potential relationship, though, right? Shouldn't you want to bond with anybody that's in your life?
But we're still human, so we're just navigating. We don't know. There's no real game plan for life. So you're just navigating this shit as you go.
Right.
So you're just learning about people
and things,
what
and
you're
yourself.
supposed to be with or to people as you go.
Right.
You don't always know.
Just a learning game. The whole life in general.
Just.
I don't think anyone has life down pack. I don't care how much money they have. I don't care what success they've had. No one to me has.
It's not down pack.
It's not down pack. Right. Life is just life. You can't.
I just made that word
control
up.
what's gonna happen the next day. And even if you feel like you have a certain level of control, things will happen in life that will show you,
bitch, I run this.
I run this. Just like, for example, the COVID. Like,
shut
everything shut down. Everything that we were doing, every plans that we had, everything that we felt we were controlling is a wrap. You have no control over what's happening right now, or how to
when
fix
it's going to go back to happening.
Right. There's no control. So at the end of the day, like, there's no blueprint to life. We are all just navigating as we go. Again, even as successful as Oprah is, or whoever, all those successful people, they still navigating shit. The other day, Oprah Winfrey fell while she was at a seminar. You seen that?
No.
Yeah, she was talking, and she was talking about balance at that. She was like,
she hurt her knee?
She fell back. I think she fell. How did she fall? I don't remember.
She fell forward.
She fell forward?
God don't like ugly.
Yeah, so.
Why you say that? Why Oprah ugly?
Another conversation.
I think he's referring to the whole situation with Kobe or
Harvey
whatever.
Weinstein and all that shit. Like,
But.
Whoa, what Oprah have to do with Harvey Weinstein?
They're best buddies. Like, my thing is remember what we were talking about earlier again? Show me your friends and I'll tell you who you are. You can't be rolling around a circle of people like that and do not know that they're pedophiles. Or
yes,
rapists.
the fuck you can.
Shit, me.
Are you
let's talk about what we spoke, and we started off the podcast saying, when you show people your representative, people are doing things in your lives that you don't know what the hell they up to.
You don't know what he doing. He go
Listen, let me tell you something. It was this girl when I used to work at a job, and we were all close. This girl then stole from the job like over $50,000 or some shit like that. We was working at a call center, and we were in the billing department, and apparently I don't know how they did it. It was some shit like put a credit, then you take like a prepaid card and put the credit on the prepaid card, because when you work for a company like the billing department, you can create charges. So you'll create a charge. So you create a $500 charge that's going to reflect on the patient's account as a credit of $500, right? Then you credit that $500 to the prepaid card.
Not the customer's card.
No, not the customer's card. Because they created the charge. You know what I'm saying? Like, they created that credit.
So they created the
credit
account too?
Well, the account is an actual live account. But when you work in a billing department of a company, you have access to creating charges, because say they have credit issues or things that's happening, you have to be able to do stuff like that. So they would create the credit and then take the credit and put it on
something else on her card.
Right. So basically, the person stole mad money, and the company was watching it for a while. And me and two other girls used to hang out with this girl religiously. We had no clue that she was doing that until the cops came to pick her up. And when I say no clue, like, the bitch ain't fill us in on nothing. We ain't know nothing. So people could be doing stuff right underneath your nose and you don't even know. But even though it sounds like, I don't know who the dude is y'all talking about. It sounds like whatever he doing is public.
I don't really know him either, but
Harvey Weinstein.
He's
one of the
a
biggest executive producers in the movie game.
So he's a pedophile, you said?
Right. So
I'm gonna have to deal with these type of people.
It was more or less like aggravated sexual assault, rape.
How the fuck was she supposed to know? You think he was trying to assault her? He wasn't trying to fuck
The reason why
over.
is because some of the actresses and actors, male and female, came out. This has been going on for a while.
You sexually assault the
like
males
the whole,
too?
Yo, the shit that goes down in the movies, in the movie industry,
it's crazy.
is real. Corey Feldman from remember him? His thing just came out.
Up.
Yeah, did you see it?
Which one, the short dude?
No.
I didn't see it, but no, he's white.
Remember the two Corys? Like, it was Corey Feldman and then the other Corey that died recently. You don't remember they were like the most famous kids back in the day. Anyways, Oprah and Naomi Campbell forced this one female actress, coerced her and forced her to do sexual acts with Harvey Weinstein. And she said that shit a long time ago, but then that's when a lot of other females started coming out about Harvey. and coming out
Wait,
about
Naomi Campbell and Oprah.
Yeah, what do you mean they
Yeah.
like so. All right,
Cohort.
you're trying to get into the movie industry, right? Oprah befriends you. This is Oprah. Oh my God, Naomi Campbell befriends you. Oh, this is executive producer Harvey Weinstein. You know what? Maybe we can get you some roles. You know, you just gotta kind of do
Bitches
this
do that
or
every
do
day.
that. Right. I get that. But what I'm saying is that to answer the initial question, how do you know? These are stories from back then about how Oprah would operate with these certain big wig white figures. But then go back and bash our male black figures. You know what I mean?
I think the industry, period.
You haven't seen any of those stories?
No.
Well, see,
I think the industry.
then-
I'm looking at your face and you're
I
like,
fucked
I
up.
coerce a lot of bitches into fucking my brother. Like, I coerce bitches into fucking all of the niggas I know.
I get that.
What's the difference?
But all right, I feel you on that. What I'm saying is that
If
this
my
is
brother be like, oh, she fine, I'll go over there and be like, oh, my brother said you was fine.
facts.
You should.
Right, I get that.
You want me to take you up to his room? Oh, okay, well, come on.
Right, but
Nah.
the situation was, do this and we'll get you a movie gig. People are betting their lives on becoming movie stars here.
Well, she should have went home.
Hey, facts. But it was also at the end of the day, those people's
Survival of the
choices.
fittest.
But at the end, right, I'm about to say, at the end of the day, you have a
To
choice.
You
jump.
have a choice, right?
You have a choice.
But again, I wasn't there either. I don't know the extent of that. Did they tie this person up and put him in the room like a ritual?
No.
Again, that's just an example. I don't know.
You know how many thirsty motherfuckers trying to get in the industry? You think they had to tie
Right.
anything on her to do anything?
Not a damn thing.
I hate that people always want to play the victim, but let's people take some accountability for their own demons and their
Exactly.
own
The
grief.
same thing. That's why I be
Why
feeling
was
funny
she
about the R.
even
Kelly
there?
situation.
Why
Not
was
gonna lie.
she even
Feeling
there
funny
in the
about that
first
R. Kelly
place?
situation too. Like,
Okay.
wait a minute. Wait, how'd your parents? First and foremost,
I don't know.
why are the parents getting blamed?
Now, if you said Bill Cosby, but I don't know.
Even the
some
Bill
of the R.
Cosby,
Kelly
some of the R.
shit
Kelly
is-
shit too is skeptical to me. Like, wait, what? Why did your parents
Why would your
allow
parents?
you?
Why are you 13, 12, 11? Your mama and daddy taking you to R. Kelly concert
Right.
and want you to meet him.
Right. And blatantly said, well, because I wanted my daughter to be famous. Well, you are a dumbass.
Their own demons and greed
Exactly.
got their kids where
Exactly.
their kids were.
Right.
Period. People got to fucking start taking accountability
Accountability.
for their own actions. Now, yes, not saying Harvey Weinstein is an angel because he shouldn't have been fucking
I
little
mean,
girls.
he's in jail right now. because
Neither should R. Kelly.
Yes?
They locked his ass up
When?
last month.
Really?
Which is
And now,
probably,
he for 28 years.
Is he white?
Yes.
yeah,
Oh,
For 28 years.
you can tell with the Weinstein, he's
Yeah.
Jew.
Yeah. 28 years. And then
They run the industry.
he just found out he got coronavirus while he's locked up.
Oh wow. I heard Bill Cosby and Tekashi 6ix9ine trying to get out early release so they don't catch the corona while in jail.
Shit crazy to me because
It is.
I figured you're in jail, so you're pretty much quarantined from the rest of the
Nah,
world.
because
But
what happened? They caught it
workers-
from the worker, right? A worker
workers,
have
family
tested
members that come to
positive.
visit, and then now you're in a confined space, and that shit could just. But I'm like, I think they should release the non-violent criminals, people that's in there for weed. Leave the killers and rapists and all of them
Right.
in there. No, you're in jail because you did some fucked up shit, bro. Stay there and die. That's your sentence. You killed someone's child. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You did. But come on, my man that sold a couple grams, couple kilos.
Yeah,
Man,
they-
get him out.
Yeah.
Even if he
Get
sold
him
50
out.
kilos, let him out.
Right.
That's what I said.
Right.
Like,
He was stimulating the economy.
you know what I mean? In some form and fashion in which the government fucking benefited from any goddamn way. Because
Right.
they're the ones bringing the shit in.
Anyway, let me shut up.
Yeah, I know. We good.
Right, yeah,
we go. We get.
Anyway, so like, and then I also understand, like, my brother's been in the industry for a very long time, and there have been people who told lies about him that have affected his career. And when people start telling lies about you, there's nothing you can really do about it.
Nope.
So people want to talk shit about Oprah, but she do a lot of shit for people too
Yeah.
Facts.
that people don't know about because she not doing it to get
The
notoriety
recognition.
for it.
Mm-hmm.
She doing it because I can afford to buy my sister, my mom, all my siblings, everybody a house.
You get a
Yeah.
house. You get a house. You get a house.
To be honest, she did the shit right because she was making big corporations set that money out and give it to everyday people.
Right.
Cars and houses and all that shit. But I am the next Oprah, so I gotta defend her because I'm gonna be friends with Harvey Weinsteins and shit. I'm not gonna know what they do when they go home.
Yeah.
It's
Right.
not even my business. Get
Right.
to the office, cut these checks.
And
That's
that's it.
what I'm here for. And let's make these movies and these shows. Jews run the entertainment industry, so you gonna be friends with some Harvey Weinsteins, and I'm sorry to be able to tell you,
No,
and some R. Kellys,
Mm-hmm.
but you
Absolutely.
you there to do
What did I
this
tell
work.
you earlier?
Right.
I
You're there.
am also about looking for facts, right? I'm sorry, I didn't think we were going to talk about this. I don't
Yeah.
have my fact
Facts.
finder sheets here. But there are some things that have actually happened that are just questionable morally to me. You know what I'm saying?
Period.
There are, but that's also information that I now have that I know that I would never be a part of in the industry or
So
be
some-
forced to be a part of in the
Sometimes when you get in the industry,
Yeah.
sometimes
Yes,
well-
but there's probably some things that you do that are not moral, but you're judging their moral things against some of the shit that you
Well, I
probably
don't do
done.
things that are unmoral to the capacity of affecting someone's physical being or life.
not right
Sexually.
Do you drink and drive?
See, no, you're taking it to a whole nother
now.
level.
No,
it's the same. It's immoral.
Says who?
Because
Says
you're
who?
putting someone else's life in
You're
jeopardy when you
under
get
the
behind.
influence.
Hold on.
Now I drink
Wait a
and
minute,
drive.
Hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on.
So I'm not saying you
Are
bad.
you saying that because of the law said so?
The law said
Listen,
it was horrible to
when
be a
you
pedophile.
drink-
Moral compasses
When
have
you
nothing to
drink-
do with laws that have been set.
When you drink, your everything.
That's moral.
You really want to go there right now? Moral compasses have nothing to do. All right, fine, yes.
And everybody's compass is different.
I could possibly, right? You're right about that. I could possibly, oh my God, crash and kill someone. Oh, I could be drunk.
But why are you
driving,
saying it so
and-
sarcastically?
No, I'm
Because
saying
these
it
things
because
happen
it's
every
weird.
day.
It happens every day. I'm sorry, I'm animated with it. I'm animated because I don't think that has anything to do with the moral compass.
Of course, you're gonna feel that way because you do it.
People have been, shit, drinking and riding horses or whatever the fuck, chariots, goddammit, for God knows how long.
People have
It's
been doing
only-
all
it
the shit
only-
we
you know,
talking about.
Yes, exactly. But I'm talking about shit that affects. When I
That
say
does
human
affect.
lives,
If
Okay.
my child was
Okay.
walking down the street
Okay.
and you were drinking and driving,
I see your perception.
and you hit and kill my child, that's affecting
Mhm.
my life
Okay.
and the life you just took.
Okay.
So
Okay.
okay, so
And I'm not saying that what Harvey was doing was right, because I don't even know all the details. But one thing that I do know is,
people need
you
to
can-
take accountability.
and you can't judge people that he does business with based on what
He does.
Now, it's a lot of people who up there and they doing some fucked up shit.
A lot of people.
And we don't know about it.
And a lot of the times, a lot of the people that's up there, they had to do some fucked up shit to
get
get there. That's why I said the
Kim
other day.
Kardashian sucked dick on a videotape, but the bitch is set for life. Her whole family is set for life now. She might have regretted it then. I'm bet you right now she's probably like, dang God, I sucked Ray J dick on that videotape.
Ah,
You know what I'm saying? But her kids gonna probably have to grow up and watch their mama suck another man's dick that's not their father one day. But
'cause that's all public.
now they up there though. They moved on up.
They probably gonna say, "Baby, this is how we got here."
No,
Let me
they
let
ain't.
you know.
No, they ain't.
They
She gonna
pro-
try to play a victim. She gonna be
You-
like, oh my God, people were so horrible and they put this video out there and this and that.
Probably, but maybe she a real one, and it's like, listen, let me show you how we got here before the
Do
world
anything
showed
about
you.
Kim Kardashian look real to you?
Shit.
All right.
And I'm not even saying that to. I'm just like let's be honest.
You know
But
what
I don't knock her for doing nothing she did because she put her whole family
on the map.
in a good, like, now her sisters, her mom, her brother, all them and their kids eating
Good.
and their grandkids probably gonna eat.
That's why I said maybe
Somebody got to look.
maybe because of how I mean, if it was a regular Joe Schlo, if I went out there and made a sex tape and I'm just sitting here broke and tired, but it's out there where my daughter can
you're
get a
black,
hold of it,
so first of
then I'm not.
you gotta get that.
You know, I'm
first.
gonna hide that shit, but I'm saying like she probably like, listen, this is how we got here.
I'm sure
I'm
she
not
was
proud
ashamed.
of it. I'm ashamed, but look, we living the best life. Look around, you know what I'm saying?
Look.
So maybe she might come out and just.
So you tell me, regardless of how someone, as long as the end game is being rich, that it's okay to just.
Absolutely not. That's not
I'm
what
not.
I'm saying.
We're not saying.
I'm
that.
just saying it happens.
Oh, agreed. It does. It
Yeah.
does. It does happen. But if you have the opportunity to get where you need to go, without
You should absolutely take that route.
fucking around with your own personal moral compass.
But I, how many people do you feel like got to whatever success
I don't know.
by not
I don't
doing
know
some
these
fucked up
people's story
shit?
because they
I
say
know,
one-
but
they say
I
one
think a
thing
lot
on
of them
camera,
did.
And you know what I mean? But in real life, you don't know what the fuck they did to get where they had to go.
Right. That's what I'm saying. But I feel like a lot of people did a lot of fucked up shit to get to where they at. It takes that to get there. It takes fucked up shit. You might have worked hard to get to that space. You know what I'm saying? Like, we working hard, we in here hustling, bustling. You working hard, you hustling, bustling. Now you're recognized for that hard work. Now to get to the next level, I feel like it's some fucked up shit that's gonna be you're gonna be faced with.
You gotta make some decisions.
And you're gonna have to make some decisions. I feel like fame and success, like Kardashians and the Beyoncés and the Jay-Z's of the world and stuff like that, I feel like there has to be some fucked up shit to get to that.
I wouldn't say fucked up shit, but there has to be some sacrifice. I wouldn't say fucked up shit, because I watched my brother make it, and he didn't do shit but rap the fuck day, kept me up all night at the studio, and I had to go to school at 6 o'clock in the morning. But he sacrificed a lot. He didn't have any real relationships at that time because he was focused. He didn't see his son at all for years because he was focused. But that bitch got a $5,000 child support check every month. You know what I'm saying? So it's just sacrifices you have to make.
But do you think sacrifices needed to be made? Like, your brother's still dope or whatever, but he's not on a scene like that. As far as I know,
everything changes.
I know, but I'm saying, do you think
he wasn't willing to do certain
things?
things?
That's what I'm saying. He wasn't willing to do certain things. That's what I'm saying. But he was faced with some fucked up shit or sacrifices that he probably decided, like, yo, you know what? I want the fame, or I appreciate the fame, whatever, but I'm not willing to do that for the fame. I feel like a lot of the times the people that are super dope artists that you be like, oh my God, how did they fall off like that? I feel like they made choices along the way that say, you know what, I want it, but not that bad.
No? I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say that. I feel like there is a real factor to a lot of people that certain shit they just will not do.
Right.
And for fame, for regardless. But I even asked him before years and years ago. I was like, is there some sort of like Illuminati or some like whatever in the industry? He said it might be, but I don't think Jay-Z is a part of it. They only let black people in to a certain extent. So whatever the all the way up here, I don't think any real black people are really in it. Even Oprah, they let her get to where they allow her to get.
I don't know. I don't no comment on that.
They're gonna always keep control.
Well, absolutely.
The people who run shit.
Absolutely. But I feel like I'm not saying that they're in it, but I'm just saying if they were, I think that they would be in it to a certain extent. They need these people to kind of for influence, right? They need them so they're powerful within themselves, but they just have a certain the power is a limit to the power that they have. But I feel like it's a possibility they could be in those things, but they know their position.
Everybody always know their position.
You got to know your position. So I mean, that's that for that. But I guess we should.
What are you thinking of, Deal?
Yeah,
you look like you thinking it all in here. I'm just soaking it all in. Like, what I'm thinking is, everyone has a different perception about everything. You know?
Yeah.
I said a few things about Oprah. You guys said something, and you said something, and it's like, well, it kind of bounced everywhere, and it was just like, yo, wait a minute, you know what? Even sometimes having some facts, you really don't have the facts because again, none of us are really there.
Right.
We're not the fly on the wall.
Right.
So regardless of what somebody writes or what you may see, it's like none of that shit even fucking matters. None of it even fucking matters.
It really doesn't, because society is what is feeding us. They tell us what they want us to know. They're not worried
about us.
Yeah, that's what they're telling us what they want us to know. They're feeding us the information they want us to know. So everything that we think we know is what they're giving us. Yeah. We don't know anything outside of that bubble. Whatever social media is feeding us, feeding our kids, that's all we know. But what's really happening behind closed doors is what's really good. And we will never know.
And that's why, and that kind of goes when Abdil was like, like I don't. He feels like I kind of be like fuck it or like whatever. Like it's just certain shit I'm not gonna rack my brain around trying to figure out or fix. So I'm just gonna live my life. Period.
Right.
And what's for me gonna come and what's not.
Get right. I agree.
Speaking of that, y'all ain't got 6 feet of distance from each other. You know,
I
y'all
know,
fucking
that's-
up right now, right?
That social distancing. Me and Vicky put our whole life. We put our whole life on the line. We don't know who in this room got corona.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I mean, if we had it, I think we would have caught it already. We done been around each other.
Y'all niggas, we all had that shit since last year, probably even before that.
Right.
So
We've been through it.
guys,
Gooch.
we finna wrap it up. We doing a short episode because I think we on a we passed the
The what?
the curfew time anyway. But
And my dead time.
right. But thanks for listening in. So we don't know when we gonna be back, but we love you guys. Just know that we are waiting for this whole thing to blow over so we could go back to our regular lives. But thanks for sticking it in there with us. Thanks for everybody that supports us, that listens on a different
Like,
subscribe,
subscribe,
share,
follow,
everything.
all that.
So we appreciate the love. We will try to go
Wednesday.
on the Instagram page and go live and stuff like that periodically.
Often, so check back.
Yeah, so
throughout this.
TTPOASM podcast on IG. So make sure you go and follow us. So when we do go live and we talk about different topics, you guys can come
You can
on.
be notified.
Yes.
We love the feedback and
Yes,
input.
we do. So
And your comments.
yes. So thanks for listening to the Traveling Pants of a Single Mom, and we out.